Hello, everyone, and welcome to the I Fear I Have Thoughts podcast. I am your host, Lily Taveras, and today I want to talk about the law of detachment. I kind of just want to ramble, but I think LOL, the law of detachment is something that I accidentally kind of picked up and have used in my day-to-day life. I think it's something that everyone should learn. A fancy way of saying it would be the law of detachment, but another way would just be saying to let that shit go and namaste. Pickles is here. He wants to be a part of this. He is a manifestation king himself. So, everyone say hi to Pickles. But let's read what, the Google generic definition of the law of detachment is, and then we will go from there, and I will kind of use some examples of how I have used it in my real life and how you guys can use it in your real life as well. So, it says the law of detachment is a spiritual and manifestation principle centered on releasing attachment to outcomes while trusting the process. By abandoning the need to control how desires materialize, you reduce anxiety and create space for success. It involves setting intentions while remaining flexible and comfortable with uncertainty. So, okay, I personally am someone who has struggled with anxiety my whole entire life, and part of that is wanting to be in control of many or all situations, and you will realize that you really are not in control of a lot of situations, but you are in control of yourself and your emotions. And that's a really hard pill to swallow because you can't directly control the things that do affect your emotions, or the things that create a response from you, but you can control the way that you respond to those things, and you can control the way that your brain processes these different emotions. And it takes some lying to yourself to get in the swing of it. It takes some telling yourself it's okay when you don't feel like things are okay. But I promise, guys, oh gosh, this is something that has just genuinely changed my mental health so much. And alongside medication, some therapy, good friends, good people, and growing up, the law of detachment has helped me so much, because the one thing that we can control, guys, is our reactions and the way that we respond to things. So I just think it is so important to start now, start today. If something doesn't necessarily go the way that you wanted it to, think about the best case scenario of why that didn't happen. Maybe you didn't get a specific job opportunity that you really, really wanted. Well, that job probably wasn't going to serve you. I saw a little quote earlier today, and it was it didn't work out or the universe didn't let it work out because you would have hated it. And that kind of inspired me to be yes, this is what I need to talk about today, because you just seriously need to trust whatever you believe in, whether it's the universe, God, Buddha, Earth, whatever. You seriously just need to trust that there is a path for you. You pave the path, and things aren't always going to go the way that you want them to go, but that doesn't mean that you failed. Failure is not trying at all. So there's always something to be proud of when you're still trying. And just choosing to see things in an optimistic way. Oh, I didn't get this job. Well, that means that it probably wasn't meant for me, and I'm meant for something bigger or better, or something better for me. Um, this is kind of something I've gotten good at through going through hardships at a young age, but I am kind of glad that I got all of it out of the way when I was younger, and that I'm not dealing with like really daunting hardships as an adult. Just the effects of them, But I just think, like, for example, I need to be careful with my words because I don't know who is watching this, but there was a situation where I was a part of a group, and we were all supposed to be like working together, and they just really didn't like me at all. They really took me in the wrong way. Okay, hold on, pause. My cat is playing, and I really hope you can't hear it because I'm talking into the mic. But anywho, they just took me as a content creator. Like, ew, I hate saying that. In the wrong way, and I don't know if I made the wrong impression or if it was conflicting, like the impression that I make online versus in person or what, but they really did not like me and kind of tainted the way that I viewed a certain career path and just whole entire entity of work in a totally different way because of the way that the work environment was, and because I was hearing that I was like being gossiped about and this, and I was being talked about in group chats and blah blah blah. And being able to walk away from that, detach from that, and just be like, okay, yeah, that stuff was pretty shitty, but it seriously opened my eyes to a whole nother realm of things. I'm now realizing, like, I don't care what people think of me. I need to stop trying to portray myself a certain way because it might come off wrong, and I would rather come off wrong being who I actually am than who I'm pretending to be. Hold on, I need to let my cat out. But I am super grateful for that toxic little cycle that I was kind of in, and grateful, honestly, for the really harmful words that were said to me, because I didn't let them hurt my feelings. They definitely annoyed me, but I didn't let them hurt my feelings. I knew it wasn't true. I detached myself from the people, from the words, from the gravity of the situation. And I am just so thankful that it happened because it made me find a different path that I want to go down, and it allowed me to open a path to a career where I can make a little bit more money and I can be myself a bit more. So there's just like, life works out in strange ways. I know that's something that is like said a lot and sounds kind of corny, but life really does work out in really strange ways. So like it said in the definition of the law of detachment, abandoning the need to control how your desires materialize and just letting them happen. So what that means is, say you're manifesting, oh gosh, I don't know, a really high paying job, or maybe a really loving and supportive relationship. You don't want to focus on the logistics of that, on, well, how is this going to happen? How could I possibly get to this point? How could I meet someone like that? Or how can I put myself in the position to get this job? How? Get rid of the how and just kind of do. Like, it's really weird. The more like nonchalant you are about things, the more they just seem to come to you. And that is like the law of detachment put in the most simplest terms. Like, be nonchalant about things and pretend to be that way. Like, I know you may not naturally be that way. I'm not naturally that way. Pretend to be that way until you start seeing these things coming. And then you're like, this came to me because I deserve it. This came to me because I worked for it. This came to me because I put in the work, but I wasn't worried about, like, this isn't my only option for life. I have other options, and no matter what, I will find whatever to make whatever situation work out. And kind of just having that faith that everything is going to work out is something that will change you fundamentally as a person, but will also change your life and the things that you manifest, because something about that energy of everything is going to work out for me makes everything work out for you. And just rewiring your brain subconsciously to believing that you deserve these things, you deserve amazing opportunities, and it will come to you simply because you deserve it and simply because you are meant for it, just opens the gate for all of these things to come right to you and fall into your lap. And I just feel like everything that I have received, every gift, every relationship, every internship, job, opportunity, financial opportunity, collab maybe, all of that has come to me when I detached from the situation. Like, when I'm not, I don't want to say at the point of giving up, but a lot of things, like, for example, my relationship that I'm in now. I have been dating my boyfriend for a year and a half, and we are best friends. Like, he is seriously my best friend. We are so close. We have such a good relationship. I never thought I would have a relationship like this with a man. I never thought a man could be so sweet. And it was just around the time where I was like, like, I'm not gonna look for anything. Like, it'll come to me, I detached from it, but I knew I would not accept something below the standards that I had because I knew that I deserved it. But I detached from the thought that, I'll never find someone like that, or there's no one out there, or like, just totally detached from even looking for a boyfriend. And then that's when he showed up, and then we've been together for so long now, and we've just gotten so close and have such a good relationship that's so sacred to me. Same thing for my friendships. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna find like a friend group. Like, I feel like I'm not really a friend group person, but I would love it if it happened. And then it just kind of happens. Internship opportunities. I feel like I've been really, really, really lucky during my college experience, and I have gotten some opportunities that other people around me got later on, and I feel so lucky for them. And I feel like it's because I just was like, yeah, if this happens, like, that's going to be great. It's going to be worth it. And it's going to be because I deserve it. And then that kind of attitude, I think, just attracts great things to you. So I recommend it for anyone. I think letting go of big expectations is a big part of this as well. Like, don't think so much about the outcome, think about the journey. And something that I still have to work on, but I have like kind of developed through this attitude, is embracing uncertainty. Like, uncertainty is where creativity grows and fosters. Uncertainty is where opportunities grow and foster, and just new possibilities. You never know what's going to happen, and uncertainty is something that's always going to be a part of life, and we can either hate it and create tension and contentious energy around us that blocks good things from getting, like, literally puts up a wall that prevents good things, good vibrations, good frequencies, good energy from coming to us. Or we can just embrace it and be like, well, that's a part of life. Life is a journey, and I have faith that everything is going to work out the way that it is meant to, and I'm never going to give up on the journey. Also accepting reality, like, I've said this before. I think people, like, you should be delusional about your dreams. And by that, I mean, don't be afraid to dream big. Don't listen to someone if they tell you, like, that dream is unattainable, or you'll never reach that, or you'll never be that, blah, blah, blah. Never listen to that. Like, do what you want to do. People know, like, people have a certain spark and a certain feeling inside of them. It's almost like a star power where you know that you're meant to do something. So if you have that, don't listen to anyone who tells you that you are unable to achieve whatever your dream may be. Because if you feel in your heart that you can do it, you can do it. But when I say accept reality, I mean accept that you may not be there yet. And that is okay. And that's a part of the journey. And one day you may be looking back on this and be like, wow, I miss when, like, I still had goals to work towards and some uncertainty in my life. Like, you may miss this time. I have some things written down about how you can apply the law of detachment to your life. When manifesting, whether you're doing it out loud or writing it down on paper, maybe you're journaling, set intentions, not demands. You're not praying to God and saying, I want this right now, God. Or you're not manifesting to the universe, like, universe, give me this right now. Like, no. State what you want, ask nicely, and then let the universe or your intuition guide you on how that is going to manifest into your real life. So say what you want out loud, on paper, but don't demand it. Don't put too much pressure on it, because when you're writing these things or saying these things or praying these things, whatever it might be, I just like to use a lot of examples so it can apply to as many people as possible. But when you're saying these things, whether it's out loud, in your head, on paper, you are internalizing all of it. Everything that we write and think, we internalize them. So by not demanding, you are putting a little bit less pressure, less attachment on the situation, and kind of just making it seem like it's something that can roll off your back. Like, oh yeah, this is gonna happen. Or like, I can't wait for this to happen. And it just kind of gives you this effortless confidence and takes away the anxiety of demanding something and making it seem like it needs to happen right now. Because another thing that you just need to trust in is divine timing, and that everything works out when it needs to work out and how it needs to work out. Practicing non-attachment, you can actively remind yourself that your worth is not dependent on an outcome, or your worth is not dependent on a materialistic thing, something that you can touch. It's something that you cannot feel, and it's something that no amount of success can really change your self-worth. Like, that is the root of everything. And a lot of people make a lot of money, get really famous, really successful, win a lot of awards, and they still don't have that sense of accomplishment within themselves after accomplishing more than what they wanted because they don't have that self-worth. So self-worth is something that is just really, 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 really important. And how are you gonna believe that you deserve said thing if you don't have that self-worth? Something else is shift your need for whatever into enjoyment. Stop trying to force a result and instead try to enjoy the present. This is something that's hard for me because I'm like a very much future thinker, but I have seen firsthand, for example, growing my TikTok audience, when I was actually enjoying it and having the most fun and expressing myself in the best ways and just genuinely enjoying what I was doing, I grew like 300,000 followers. And it's really crazy when you enjoy, for example, working out, you see results quicker because you just are more positive. Like, just be positive. Just be positive. I feel like I say that in all my episodes, but like it changes everything and it really is a choice. And you will just get tired of being negative one day and make the choice for yourself because you don't want to be stuck in a negative cycle anymore. So just be positive. Stop putting so much pressure on that need or that want, but you can detach from it by finding it enjoyable, fun, light, and it will return the energy with favorable, light, and fun energy coming to you. And who the heck wouldn't want that? And the last thing I wrote down for how to apply this is reframe your obstacles as opportunities for positive growth or maybe unexpected growth. If this is hard for you to kind of work out in your head, write it down. Write down the obstacle and write down what strengths you may gain from going through said obstacle, or write down what you may learn that will benefit you from said obstacle, or what you can walk out of it saying that you accomplished. I feel like writing stuff down is really helpful to just kind of get your thoughts organized. Like, if you're someone who has like rapid thoughts, overlapping thoughts, or just a loud mind, writing some stuff down can seriously help. Typing it out, whatever. And yeah, just overall, like, trying to reduce your stress, no matter what that looks like. Like, maybe it's hanging out with your friends more often. I know that's something that has really helped me. Or, I don't know, I just got my co-star notification of the day. Maybe getting into, like, astrology and being like, ooh, this is happening because I'm an Aquarius moon and a Pisces sun. Or it's a full moon tonight. Like, I don't know. Just finding little ways to reduce stress. Maybe a cup of tea every night before bed, lighting candles before bed, taking a bath once a week, going on walks to relieve physical tension. Just making your day-to-day life a little bit less stressful overall helps you detach from your needs and wants, because you just have a more regulated nervous system. And when you have a more regulated nervous system, it gives you the opportunity to be more positive and more powerful. And another thing I have written down is attachment is just directly linked to disappointment, because attachment involves expectations, and expectations are what leads to disappointment when they are not followed. So I think it's okay to have like a loose plan. Like, if you have a super strict plan, like say your 5-year plan, And you have no clue where you're going to be in 5 years. So if you have this plan that you're super, 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 super attached to, and you have no other like plan B, plan C, plan D, like you just are so attached to this one plan, and you just have all these expectations of what's going to go down, how it's going to go down, when it's going to go down, da 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 da. That just is setting you up for disaster, honestly, because having too many expectations about anything is not good. Whether it's a job, a work event, a person, a date, friendships, anything. Like, too much expectation directly leads to disappointment. Every human is like a victim to having their expectations not met, and it kind of like ruining their day or mood or whatever. And that is something that we kind of just need to let go of, because every single person, every single situation, every environment is so uniquely different. It's kind of impossible to expect a certain thing to come out of whatever. And that's just something that we need to let go of, is expectation. Be open to the unknown. Like I said before, be open to the uncertainty. And just choose to think that that's fun. Choose to think like, ooh, this has endless opportunities. Like, that's not scary. That's cool. And it just puts less pressure on the situation. This whole thing is just about, when you put less pressure on a situation, it puts less pressure on you and less pressure on whoever else is involved, and less pressure is how you attract things to you. So yes, just try to create an environment that you have the least amount of pressure and stress as you possibly can. Obviously, it's not ever possible to like have zero pressure, but you definitely do have the control over loosening that up a little bit. And detachment, like, being detached isn't like apathy. It's not about not caring. It's about caring but not being desperate. Putting in the effort but not chasing tirelessly. You don't want to be tirelessly chasing something with no reciprocation. You do want to be actively working towards things. But like, detaching from things in this context, it doesn't mean being totally apathetic and not caring at all and being reckless. Like, no, you still need to be intentional. It's just about putting less pressure on it. Like, for example, when someone gives you a choice to make, if they don't put a lot of pressure on you and they're just like, I don't really care which one you pick, like, that makes it a lot easier for you to choose. Same thing with opportunities. It makes it easier for the opportunities to come to you. And yeah, just Law of Detachment. The name can, I guess, be kind of deceiving, but you still need to act on things. You still need to create things. You just don't force and you don't control, and you have trust in whatever source, and you have trust in yourself, and you have trust in the world. And you will see that your life just gets more positive. You get more positive. You have a lot of good opportunities coming to you because people like that. Companies like that, brands like that, people like that, and just anything likes that. Energy likes that. Be the energy that you want to manifest and attract, and you will see what great wonders that does for you. But yes, Law of Detachment, I love you. I kind of like picked up the Law of Detachment as like a trauma response almost, because I had been through in the past. So I was just like, okay, well, like now if something kind of small happens, that, ugh, like if something small happens that I would have reacted really strongly to in the past, I just kind of like brush it off my back now because I'm like, I've been through this before. I've been through much worse, and I just know it's going to be okay. I know for a fact I can handle this. I know the universe can handle this for me, and I know every little thing is gonna be alright. Like, literally. Literally. So, yeah, I think I kind of started the law of detachment as like a trauma response from just kind of becoming kind of numb. You know what I mean? And that's one trauma response that I actually appreciate because it just has helped me regulate my emotions. I guess my body's just trying to protect me from like getting overwhelmed and just like my system totally malfunctioning from getting super overwhelmed and overheated. But it's also something that I used to read a lot about when I was first getting into like manifestation and learning about like energy and how every living thing has energy in it, and how there's the animal kingdom, there's the humans, there's the crystal kingdom, the plant kingdom, and everything is totally intertwined. And it's actually really crazy. Like, that's a whole nother thing that I can get into, but everything has energy, and everything is on its own timing, and we can't control life. We really can only control what is in us, how we regulate our emotions, how we react to situations, and everything around us is always going to be ever changing because everything around us is alive. Everything has its own life, its own consciousness, its own breathing, it's like everything, and we can just control that within ourselves. And once you realize that, you just kind of let go of a lot of things. You realize, like, I don't want to say things aren't that deep. It's almost, you realize how deep things are, and it just makes you as a human feel less deep because we're just a part of this huge inner working system of nature and earth and the world and the universe. And it's like, why would we choose for our time here to be stressful and be controlling it super, 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 like, what's it called? Like a helicopter parent of your own life, and just try to make it as perfect as possible, but perfect according to other people's definitions. Like, no, we literally are on a floating rock in the middle of a vast, gigantic universe. I don't even understand how humans are even real. I don't even understand how we are here right now. I don't understand how Bluetooth works. I don't understand how Wi-Fi works. I don't understand how I'm sitting here in front of a camera right now doing this podcast on a floating rock in the middle of the universe while there's other planets out there that have God knows what on it. And this is just one of God knows how many universes. Like, oh my gosh. Like, life is like a little Russian nesting doll. There's so many layers to it. It's so deep. There's so many aspects and parts to it. We cannot possibly expect ourselves to control every single one of those. And we will never be sane if we try to do so. So let go. And that is everything I have to say about the law of detachment. I really do love the law of detachment, and I recommend it for everyone. And it is something that definitely takes practice, but that's why we're here to talk about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you like my fun cheetah background. If you're listening, just envision the fun cheetah background. But if you're watching, I hope you like it. I love it. I love cheetah, but I also feel like it makes it kind of like more visually interesting to look at. This went really good. I love making this podcast so much. I don't know what is gonna like really hit it off for this podcast. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of just talking about things that mean a lot to me and making episodes like that to see what hits it off. But like I was saying, like, I have faith in myself. I have faith in the universe. I have faith in this podcast. And I feel like everything's gonna work out a-okay for me, and I fear I have thoughts. But thank you so much for watching another episode of I Fear I Have Thoughts. Make sure to subscribe if you are not subscribed. I do weekly episodes. And yeah, this is just a conversation space for mainly the girls, but like, why would a man be there? Why would a man be there? But maybe a man is here, and if you are, that's fine. Hi, I hope I could help you in any way, shape, or form. This really is for anyone, but I just feel like my audience is mainly the girlies. But this is just a safe, open conversation space. I want to hear from you guys. Like, I don't just want it to be me talking. Like, I care about the community aspect of it all. And yeah, you guys are not alone in whatever stressor you are going through. You're seriously not alone, and it is never too late to change your path, change your life, change your attitude, your reactions, or the way that you respond to things. And that's why I am here to chat about that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I look forward to talking to you guys again soon. And I hope that you all have the best day ever, because you deserve it, guys. Bye.